And these sites, the Ag Trader, Food Trader, and the one that was by Benton County in Richland, City of Richland, are all hosted and designed by iWasteNot Systems. And if you're curious and want other information about other sites they support or just their site, they do have turnkey systems available. You can check out their website, which is listed in the PowerPoint. Next slide, please. In recent years, an increasing number of online resources have been created that help facilitate the transaction and redistribution of unwanted yet perfectly usable materials and equipment from one entity to another. The entities that benefit from either side of this service, as donors, sellers, recipients, or buyers, can be businesses, nonprofits, schools, community groups, and individuals. The two most common forms are online bulletin boards, such as Craigslist, and email distribution groups such as FreeCycle. Just to give you an idea of the increasing popularity of reuse sites, the FreeCycle network is made up of almost 5,000 groups with close to 8.8 million members around the world. Virtual exchanges allow users to post listings of materials available and wanted for free or at a low cost. They are relatively low in cost to establish and maintain and are adaptable to local needs. Next slide, please. There are a variety of reuse directories, material exchange websites, and swaps that can help you find a home for your unwanted items or items you may need. If you are looking for an online reuse site, start by searching the internet using keywords like online reuse exchange or online reuse directories, bulletin boards, resources, and be sure to include the area that you are looking in. Here are just a few of the hundreds of examples of online exchanges. The Northeast Recycling Council's Reuse Marketplace is comprised of 6 material exchanges. Material exchanges are websites and stores that make reusable items no longer needed by businesses, municipalities, and nonprofits available for sale or for free to anyone interested. The Reuse Marketplace is made up of the Connecticut Material Trader, Massachusetts Material Trader, North Carolina C&D Material Trader, Vermont Business Materials Exchange, and the New York C&D Material Trader, which was established and managed by the Reuse Alliance. We also have the Reuse It Network, which is an online forum that serves as a tool to make connections between community members who want to help each other, themselves, and their environment. And this, you're able to search this website by your location. Build, Recycle, and Net is a used building materials website, and there are many, many of these online. The Waste Exchange Network operates an online information exchange that matches waste generators and recyclers with the goal of achieving waste reduction. Again, you search this website by what location you're looking for. And then, of course, you have FreeCycle and Craigslist, which are two well-known ways of searching for items. The Craigslist, of course, has its free section and is found in most cities throughout the U.S. and even abroad. You even have some that Mary-Ann mentioned, such as Too Good to Toss, which are other sites that are available. But there are so many options out there and many more coming online each day that there are definitely online options for finding reuse for your materials, goods and materials. Thanks. This concludes our overview.
Okay, Liz, so you're all set? You're all done?
All done.
Okay, thank you so much for the presentation. Really appreciate it.
Sure, you're welcome.
And also, of course, the Environmental Finance Center in Syracuse is connected with the Environmental Finance Center in Maryland, and we do some great work with them too. And if you are in that area, in fact, if you're in EPA region, you're in Region 3, right?
We are Region 3, right.
You're Region 3, and you need some help. You should talk to them. So next up is Ann Woodward, and I'm just bringing Ann's slideshow up right now. There we go. So let me just give a brief introduction for Ann. Ann Woodward is the Executive Director of the Scrap Exchange, a 20-year-old creative reuse center located in Durham, North Carolina. She has been in the reuse industry for over 21 years. She's got a great passion for educating others about the benefits of reuse and conservation of resources. One of Ann's favorite reuse practices is making her own natural cleaners at home and learning how to DIY it rather than buy it. Ann is a founding member of the Reuse Alliance and is presently on their board of directors. Ann, I'm going to give you control of the mouse and pointer, so you should be able to control your presentation.
Okay, thank you, Evan. Thanks for having me on the panel. So I'm going to give you a basic overview of the scrap exchange, which is, as it says here, a Creative Reuse Center. And I'm going to really sort of try and tie in the environmental, economic, and social benefits of reuse related to our operations. So it's sort of a practitioner's guide to reuse through a Creative Reuse Center. Okay, I'm trying to move the slide.
Just use your right arrow on your keyboard.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, so our mission is just what it says, to promote creativity, environmental awareness, and community through reuse. And basically, the organization was started in 1991 by a woman named Chris Rosenthal. And she came from Australia. She started a similar program there that's still running today called the Reverse Garbage Truck. Moved to this area, and really the early mission of the organization was to provide low-cost resources to teachers and educators. So teachers and educators would have materials available in their classrooms. And I think over the years, what has happened, I mean, we certainly still work with that population, and we also have the added benefit of really serving the cultural community and artists and homeowners as well. Sorry, trying to move to the next slide. Okay, so there's our storefront. And so we are, as I said, a Creative Reuse Center. We're open 358 days of the year, so we're open 7 days a week. That back picture was our last location. We actually had to move in May. Now we have a 22,000 square foot Creative Reuse Center, and I would say 70% of that is open to the public. The rest is for warehouse. We are a nonprofit 501c3, and we are a mission-driven organization. Our budget is about $348,000 annually, and we are 90% self-sufficient through our earned income streams. Very proud of that. That number is also based on our last location. After we had moved, our rent went up significantly. So that 90% self-sufficient was, as I said, for that earlier location, and now we're really having to raise the bar as far as earned income and fundraising too, to supplement our increased capacity of what happened. I'll talk more about that later. We do have a 10-person core staff, and we have 22 part-time seasonal workers. We have over 5,000 volunteer hours and over 500 volunteers annually. So our volunteers are community service people that are court-ordered and have, have to go somewhere and do their community service. We also work with special needs people. We work with students and adults. We have a job skill program related to working at the Reuse Center. And then we have community members that also come in and help us process the materials. What we do is a very process-intensive activity. We defer 40 tons of solid waste annually from going to the landfill. So actually picking up those materials and then bringing them into our warehouse and then merchandising them and figuring out how they are sort of attractive to the public is really, as I said, it's very process-intensive. And I know MaryEllen was talking about job creation through reuse. And I feel like within our operation, there's sort of unlimited opportunities for increasing our capacity and also creating jobs.
And we've got some folks who are having a hard time hearing you. If you're able to speak up.
Sure, okay.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yep, no problem. We do have a working board of directors, and basically our board, we have a 15-board capacity, and we really try and have a diverse range of board members that are not only environmentalists, community activists, social justice folks, educators, and for example, we have had a person who works for our North Carolina Department of Environmental Natural Resources for the last 8 years on our board, and I feel like that is really a best practice for the organization, kind of of leadership and stewardship that's at the top level.